Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm actually going to be testing out all of the beauty products that Hailey Bieber and Sophia Richie love and adore and consistently use. I will like to disclaim that I have a couple products that are going to be slightly different, but in the video you'll understand why and why I explain. I think only 3 products are slightly different, but everything else are tried and true products that both of these women love and adore. I'm going to be referencing a lot of their TikTok videos or their Vogue Beauty Secrets videos. If you guys are interested to see me apply those products on my acne scarred face, then just keep watching. So of course, I prepped my skin with the rose glazing milk, which I actually do really like. And if Rhode Beauty has a Black Friday sale, whether it be like 15% off or 20% off, I'm actually definitely going to stock up and buy 2 more bottles of this because my skin has really been enjoying it. And then the peptide glazing fluid, I already have a backup of this one. This is my 3rd bottle and I have a 4th bottle already as backup. Both of these products are just really gentle and calming. They're very simple. My skin really likes it. When my skin is breaking out and I need kind of a refresh, I do go to that. So with primer, so one of the few things that are different is I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. So Hailey Bieber does use the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. However, I've been doing so much research and everyone says that the e.l.f. one is actually better than the Milk Hydro Grip. I would say the Milk Hydro Grip probably has better skincare ingredients, but in terms of performance, everyone says that this one is just as good. And I actually have been using this, no joke, for maybe a month already, and my skin loves it. My foundation I love it. So I'm going to put this just on my T-zone. I just take a little bit right here. So the primer that Sophia Richie used on her video was a Chanel like Sublimage. I think it's probably like an illuminating base or a skincare product, but because I just genuinely really love this Hydro Grip, I wanted to use this one. But if you guys own the milk one, let me know down in the comments if you guys have tried both. Okay, so that's the base done. So the foundation that I'm going to be using is the Hourglass Skin Tint Foundation. So I actually got a sample of this in shades 7 and 5, and I actually found that shade 7 was a little too dark for me. It would more be if I was fake tan, then it would work, but I got this as one of my birthday presents. So this one's brand new. I know Joke was just using the samples for a little bit, but Hailey Bieber did a sponsored video for this product actually, which is why I wanted to try it. And then when I did use the samples, I actually loved it. So I'm going to be using this. Let me just shake this up really quick in case you have to. So she applied it with an Hourglass foundation brush. I don't have the one that she has, but I do have the old one. So obviously Hailey Bieber probably needs way less than I do, but I actually really like this. When I use the sample, it just wears really well and it looks so natural. So oh my goodness, I did not realize I put so much, but it's okay. So normally oh my god, I put way too much. I'm just gonna pat it out and then I'm gonna blend it out with a beauty blender. But the coverage on this is actually really light. I wouldn't say it's like glossy skin tint light, but it is on the lighter side. Blend it out with a beauty blender. But the way that this skin tint wears is actually super nice and very natural. So even if you struggle with acne like I do, I feel like this is actually a super nice just kind of like overall complexion base, because you guys know that when you struggle with acne, you get a lot of dry patches, especially spots where you had spot treatment, or if you guys had like retinol treatments or Tret, because recently I started going on Tret. The finish of this, obviously you can see my acne, but do you guys see like the skin texture? Like it's actually so nice. So just imagine if you didn't have acne, how this would look. So I still have some on the brush, so I'm just gonna double tap just for like extra coverage on certain spots and just build it in. But the finish of this is so nice, and honestly the skin tone match of number 5 is absolutely perfect, because you guys know I've mentioned this before, my chest and my neck is just so pale compared to the rest of my body. It looks so good. I know the coverage isn't there, but I'm talking about in terms of finish. The Hourglass Skin Tint, please get a sample just really quick before the Sephora sale ends. Try it out and I will tell you that it just wears so well, so well. And my chin area breaks down, number 1, the fastest. Within 3 to 4 hours, a normal foundation will start breaking down, and it just doesn't look good, trust me. But the Hourglass Skin Tint, oh, it's so good, it's so good. I'm gonna add a little bit of the Rhode Peptide Lip Tint. This is the strawberry one. I think this is actually still available on the website. I love that the packaging is slightly different. This was the collab with Krispy Kreme. So that is the overall base done. And then actually what I noticed for Sophia Richie's base, she actually uses concealer. So the concealers that she likes, she either uses the Clé de Peau one. I know that she used this one on her wedding day, but I think she was just doing just regular makeup that she did for herself for like a dinner or like a reception or something like that. She actually used the Hourglass Stick Foundation. I have it in 2 shades. I think I'll do a mixture of both of these, but just to add on to the concealer, Hailey Bieber actually really likes the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I actually love this one as well. But for the sake of the video, I think I'm going to do Sophia Richie for the concealer. So I'm just going to add a little extra coverage down here. And the Clé de Peau concealer is actually a little bit lighter, so I'm going to use the Clé de Peau concealer to highlight underneath my eyes and just a little bit. I'll probably layer on a little bit more, but that's what I'm going to do to start. I do know that the Clé de Peau concealer actually got reformulated. I think that happened this year, so I don't know how the new one is, but this Clé de Peau I either bought at the end of last year. I bought it, no joke, probably a month before the news came out that the Clé de Peau got reformulated, luckily. So I have the tried and true one that everyone really likes. Just taking a little bit more just on certain spots. You guys know my problem area is my chin area. So just make sure you push it in if you have acne, because if you wipe it, the coverage goes away as well. Alrighty, so that is the concealer done. So I'm gonna do my brows really quick. So Hailey Bieber, if you watch any of her makeup videos that she posts on TikTok or on YouTube, she always uses the Anastasia Beverly Brow Gel. I definitely actually want to buy that during the Sephora Vib sale. I'll probably buy the mini one just because I have so many other brow gels that I want to use. But Sophia Richie actually uses the Charlotte Tilbury brow gel, and for me, my brows aren't thick enough that I can just get away with brow gel. It would just look so strange. So I'm gonna fill my brows in with the Anastasia brow pencil. This is the travel one. I just felt like I needed to use some sort of Anastasia product since that is Hailey Bieber's favorite. Okay, so I'm going to be using my Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. I feel like in terms of formula-wise, I feel like this is the most similar to the Anastasia one, but obviously the brush is completely different. This one is kind of like a flat brush, and the Anastasia one is basically like your normal spoolie. Okay, so I'm just going to powder the center of my face really quickly just because it's just very dewy right now. So for powders, I have 2 powders. I believe Hailey Bieber either did an ad video for Kosas or she just got gifted Kosas items because she used the Revealer concealer that everybody loved. But in one of her videos, she actually did use the Kosas Cloud Set powder. Yeah, Cloud Set powder. Mine is in the shade Comfy. The packaging broke on me just randomly, so that is very unfortunate, but I actually love this powder. But right now I'm actually in my loose setting powder era, so I'm putting this away for now. And ironically, Hailey Bieber actually posted in a video that she loves the Laura Mercier setting powder. It's like in her daily beauty bag. And also Sophia Richie actually really likes the Laura Mercier setting powder as well. So I'm gonna just set my face really quickly. So I'm just gonna set my T-zone and my under eyes and then my chin area. I don't even bake, I just pat that in with a puff or a velour puff, and then I'm just going to buff it out really quick. But I don't put it on my cheeks yet just because I'm still gonna be applying cream products. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna be doing is cream bronzer, and this is the thing. So Hailey Bieber actually loves and adores the Tom Ford, it's like the contour palette. It's like the Shade and Illuminate palette, and I believe she has the shade 1. And if I were to buy that during the Sephora VIB sale, I'm on the fence only because it's $90. I mean, yes, with the discount, it'll be what, like $78 or something like that. So it is cheaper which is why I'm leaning towards using it. And the fact that she even just recently repurchased a brand new one, and since her very first Vogue Beauty Secrets video, which was maybe what, like 3 to 4 years ago, she was still using it. So that's one of her tried and true products. So that's why I'm like leaning towards wanting to buy it. And I've seen so many YouTube videos of people using that palette and saying that it actually is worth the $90. So I'm just like, ugh, my goodness. So most likely I'm probably gonna purchase it during the VIB sale. But Sophia Richie actually uses the Nude Sticks Bondi Bay bronzer, and I did used to have that, but I actually used it up, and just because I didn't want to repurchase it, only because you guys know me, I love trying new things. So to replace my Bondi Bay bronzer, that type of shade, I actually bought the Danessa Myricks cream bronzer. So the shade looks like this. So I'm trying to hit pan on this and then buy a new bronzer, or I guess use a new cream bronzer, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna buy the Tom Ford one just because the reviews are so good. So currently the 3 products that aren't exactly the same was the primer, so the base, the eyebrow gel, and then now the bronzer. But everything else, I promise you, will be the products that they love. So I'm just gonna bronze up my face really quickly. So I actually really love the shade of Bondi Bay. I actually bought that because Whitney Simmons raved about it, and then I tried it and I actually really liked it. I was actually super surprised that I used it up, considering I have so many other products. Like, I used it up to the point that I really had to like use my finger to just get every last bit. But I actually really like this shade because it's super natural, and that's what everyone says. The Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate contour palette, everyone says that that one is like, it melts into the skin, and people really like it. So, and then I just add a little bit on my nose as well. Okay, so this is gonna be my favorite part. So for blush, Hailey Bieber loves the Makeup Forever HD Face Essentials palette. This one actually got re-released because it was super popular, and then for some reason they stopped making it, and then they came out with this other one that wasn't as popular. It was like blush shades and highlighters and bronzers, whereas this one is purely blushes and basically contour, foundation, highlight, and stuff like that. Do you guys see how beautiful and untouched this is? I'm about to destroy it. She loves this. She even, I saw in one video, because I know that she uses this a lot, that she had one that was fresh, like untouched. So I'm pretty sure Makeup Forever probably sent her a brand new one as a backup. And she also did mention in her video that this one is her favorite as well. Sophia Richie, for her blush, she actually loves the Nude Sticks Picante shade. So I just have a lot of cream blushes, and I wanted this palette more, and obviously this one has so many blushes. I'm sure like these 2 shades would be close to Picante, because Picante is like this very bright orange, but it is on the sheerer side. So that's why I ended up getting this one and not Picante. But Sophia Richie does love Picante, and that's the shade that she wore on her wedding day. So I know that Hailey Bieber actually likes this one, but I think I'm gonna just do a mixture of these 2 together. Oh, another quick thing, I do know that Hailey Bieber actually likes to do underpainting with this, but I've never done underpainting before, so I wouldn't trust myself, especially when you have acne scars. I don't think underpainting would work for me. So I'm gonna be taking the blushes. So I guess maybe I should warm them up. Oh yeah, that's actually a lot better. So I'm going to use my finger and just kind of mix it really quick, and then just apply. I'm going to lightly apply it. It's actually a very sheer formula. I wasn't expecting that at all. Not that I thought it was going to be hyperpigmented, but it's a lot more oily textured as opposed to creamy, if that makes sense. Just gonna blend it out with my fingers. And then I'm actually going to diffuse it a little more just so it's not as, you know, blush. And then Hailey Bieber actually really likes the Dior pink blush, so I'm actually going to be applying that as well. This one is actually the original one. You can tell that the, what is it, the letters on here aren't capital. So apparently they changed the formula and the shade ever so slightly. So again, I'm glad I have the original. So I'm just going to take some of this, tap it off, and then just apply it. Oh, my cheek is so pink. That. I do know that for highlighter, Hailey Bieber likes the glowy bit on the Tom Ford. And then for highlighter, it's actually going to be a cream product as well. And I did by the product that Sophia Richie uses. I believe she has multiple shades of this, and I think her most used shade is actually the lilac one. This is actually going to be a first impressions as well. I have it in the shade Sculpting, so it looks like this. It's kind of like a pearlescent sheen where it's like super natural, very glowy, like this. From the videos that I watched, I think Sophia Richie likes the lilac one, or at least she uses the lilac one the most. And I'm just gonna warm it up with my fingers and apply it. I actually feel like this is probably a dupe for the Tom Ford one, because I've touched that one in store before and it's very, very translucent. Like, it's not a heavy, I mean, this is called Balm Essential, so I'm sure it's gonna have a balm-like texture just like the Tom Ford one. So it's a very natural highlighter. Ooh, that's so pretty. Do you guys see that? That's so pretty. Oh my gosh, wait, I actually really like that. I don't think I own a single balmy highlighter. Actually, my Nude Sticks Bubbly Bibe is actually very balmy. However, I don't like the shade of that. It's a little too dark for me, but ooh, I really like that. That's super, super pretty and super, super natural as well. But I will have to say that using my finger and dabbing it on, I definitely got either some of my blush or some of the foundation on, so I did have to wipe it off just because it's a very wet product, but I actually do like that one. Intrigued, maybe if Ulta has their 20% off sale, maybe I'll buy the lilac one just to test it. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, so next is actually the thing I was the most excited about. I actually did put it back in the box. So I bought this, I would say a couple weeks back, and this is the, what palette is this? The Ombre de Lune. So it's actually the seasonal, the holiday collection from Chanel from last year. So it looks like this. I'll put it in the cards if you guys want to see this. Ooh, in natural lighting. But this is actually the eyeshadow palette that Nicole Richie did use on her wedding day. I believe she only used the top two shades. So I'm just going to do the same thing. Take it. It's going to be so sad when the moon embossment is no longer able to be seen. But I'm just going to put this all over my eyes. And this palette is actually still available on the Chanel website if you guys did want to pick it up, but I don't think it's available at Nordstrom or Ulta anymore, so I don't think you can get a discount on it. But it is still, I mean, it's just kind of like a warm goldy palette, but I think it's like super, super wearable, and it's just really compact, and plus it's Chanel, so why not? That's enough to make it special. I do know that Hailey Bieber used the Rem Beauty like eyeshadow cream stick thing, but I think majority of the time she actually likes to use her Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate palette, and she likes to put that over her eyes as kind of like a one and done situation. Just for the sake, because I'm using this eyeshadow palette for the first time, I know for her actual wedding makeup she only used one shade, but I'm actually going to use the one with the Chanel embossment just because I just want to see. So it is slightly darker, just kind of like that. And then I'm going to take a eyeshadow brush and just kind of blend it out just to make sure there are no harsh lines. And then just in terms of cohesion, I'm going to take that same color and then I'm going to put it underneath here. Okay, so I curled my eyelashes off camera. So the mascara I'm going to be using is actually Sophia Richie's favorite. She mentioned, I don't think she's a Maybelline brand ambassador, but she said that during her wedding makeup, the one thing that she needed to have was this mascara. I'm sure she uses the waterproof one. I personally don't really like waterproof mascara just because my eyelashes are already so sparse. And if I use waterproof mascara, it's going to take away all my eyelashes. So I'm going to be using this one. And I actually already own this. I really like this. I actually like using this together with the skinnier one, the other Maybelline Lash Sensational. It's like this one is the chubby one, but this one is her favorite. I know that Hailey Bieber loves the MAC Giga Lash mascara, that's like the blue one, and she also really likes the Hourglass one. I've seen her use the Hourglass one a ton, but I'm pretty sure they probably gifted it to her, so she was just using it. I mean, I'm sure she likes it too, but because she did a video with them, I'm sure like she just has it. I actually really do like this mascara. This one is actually drying out. I definitely need to buy a new one. I honestly thought about buying the MAC Stack mascara just because the brush on that one actually looks very up my alley. It looks very like Japanese-esque, whereas a lot of Japanese mascaras have a very thin brush as opposed to these like fat bristly ones. I mean, this one isn't bristly, but you guys know what I mean. Japanese mascaras in general are very thin. I think it's to be able to coat every single lash. So maybe if MAC has a sale, like a 25% off sale, I'll get it. But I don't know, the Maybelline mascaras are just so good. Like the price of one MAC mascara, I could buy 2 Maybelline mascaras from Ulta. But I just thought it was so interesting because Sophia Richie obviously has money. I'm surprised it wasn't a Chanel mascara or Dior mascara. The Dior Iconic Curl I feel like is so popular. But for her favorite to be a drugstore mascara, I love that. Oh, and I actually totally forgot to mention the powder bronzer that Sophia Richie loves and adores is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I remember in one of the clips she said she even had the Rite Aid sticker still on it. So I actually used to own that bronzer, but I decluttered it just because I never used it, and it was beautiful. Truly, it was just really like radiant and really natural. I love the texture of it, but I could not stand the smell. Everyone raved about the butter bronzer. They're like, oh my gosh, it smells like Hawaii, it's super tropical. But for me personally, I'm not into artificial coconut scents. That's like the one shaved ice flavor that I refuse to ever eat. It's just artificial coconut. There's a very distinct smell, and the butter bronzer just smells like artificial coconut. So let me just undo my hair really quick just because we are almost done. Okay, so now we are gonna do lips. So you guys know that Hailey Bieber made this one shade go viral and it was sold out. If you walk into a physical Sephora in LA, this one's gonna be sold out. So it is the Anywhere Caffeine in the shade 600. It's actually very brown. Anytime I saw her apply it, I thought it was gonna be kind of just like a nudier version of Pillow Talk. Absolutely not. It's very, very brown. If you guys want to see that, do you guys see how brown that is? Let me just give you a comparison. So remember when Soar was super popular by MAC because Kylie Jenner said that this is what made her lips look like she had lip injections, but she didn't have lip filler, and then she admitted to it later. But anyways, do you guys see? So this is Soar by MAC. It's very deep pink, and then this one is very brown. So consistently Hailey Bieber has used it. You know when a celebrity really likes a product, especially a pencil, eyeliner, or anything, is when it goes down to here, and Hailey Bieber loves this one. And on the other end is that Sophia Richie's favorite MAC lip liner is actually stripped down. And then here's the thing, so out of all the MAC lip liners that I own, and I have so many of the popular ones, stripped down actually is one of the shades that I don't have. I have Subculture, I have Oak, I have Whirl, 2 Soars, Spice, like literally I have every popular one, and I don't have stripped down. So I definitely do want to add stripped down. But looking at the swatches online, because I was trying to see what's the closest thing, I think the shade Oak, so this one's going to be Oak, I feel like the shade Oak is probably the closest I could get to stripped down. So there was also this one clip where the stripped down pencil that she was using on holiday was like up to here. So I'm going to use this lip liner. I think it's just too brown for my liking. Or maybe I'm just not used to myself because I tend to gravitate more towards pink lip liners. And normally Hailey Bieber just wears this lip liner and then her Rhode Beauty lip treatment. But I'm going to take it a step further, and then this is actually what I'm going to use on top, and it is the Rouge Coco Balm, the tinted lip balm. So it's the one in the white packaging, and this is in the shade Pink Delight. This is actually the shade that her makeup artist used on her wedding day, and then she loved this so much. She said in a video that she went to, I guess, like a Chanel counter, and she purchased so many of these. She says she always has this. Do you see how like sheer it is? And it's kind of shiny, just so you can see that right there, but it's very, very sheer. It's really pretty. So I'm going to use this over the lip liner. Oh yeah, that's, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Like that's really, really pretty. Wow. Okay, but yes, super, super balmy. But she was raving. She said she went to a Chanel beauty counter after her wedding day and she bought like all of the stock of this lip balm. She said it's her new favorite lip balm. So obviously for Hailey Bieber, it's going to be her Rhode lip treatments, and then for Sophia Richie, it's the Pink Delight by Chanel. And I think that is it. So let me just give you guys a close-up of the makeup look. You guys can see the Balm Essential. My only gripe with this is that it actually is sticky. So maybe if I use setting spray, it'll be better because I didn't set my face yet. But so that's just one thing to note. And then the blush is actually very balmy as well, but we did set it. So this is the eyes. It's just very, very simple. You can see it's actually kind of like orangey tinted, like coppery. Actually, copper is a better term, but I love the lip combo. So you can still see my acne actually. Like, this isn't a full coverage, but in terms of just the way that my skin looks, I actually really, really like it. Probably my only gripe is I've had these Hourglass foundation sticks for a while, and I do know that for me personally, I have a lot of pores on my nose, and I feel like these foundation sticks don't stick well on my nose. But in terms of the actual skin tint, I love, love, love. So I'm actually like pretty happy. Obviously, I don't look like them, but I just love emulating and buying products that other people love and adore. But yeah, so this is the final look. I would 10 out of 10 recommend the Hourglass skin tint if you do have acne prone skin. This shade 5 is actually a perfect match for me right now when I am on the paler side. If I were to fake tan, I definitely would get shade 7. But 10 out of 10 recommend this. If you have really nice skin or if you have acne prone skin, I feel like this lays on top of acne really, really nicely. The next product I would recommend would definitely be the Laura Mercier setting powder. I've actually been using this for a while now. You guys know that I do have quite a few loose setting powders, but on my day-to-day, the Laura Mercier has really been it. So if you haven't bit the bullet on getting this, because I waited years, like years and years, this has been a #1 hit for what, like 7 years or so, and I finally bit the bullet. I do know that they have a newly reformulated one, so you guys can try that one as well. Then this blush palette, I want to tell you guys to get it. Definitely go into store and swatch these blushes in person, because these are a lot balmier than I expected them to be, because you can see that pink shade is actually pretty sheer. Same with the pink one. They're actually pretty wet and balmy. If I put this blush on my cheeks and I don't set it, my hair will definitely stick. Kind of the same thing as the Chanel Balm Essential. This is beautiful. Like, it actually is beautiful, and I do actually want to buy the purple one. If you guys see that, it's super pretty. There's like micro shimmers in it. I actually really, really like this, but it is sticky. So if this is for the girlies that have like the glazed donut look where they don't powder anything, I feel like this one would be for you. It's very natural, it's very light. Like, this is very natural. My only gripe, it is a bit sticky. And like I said, 10 out of 10 recommend the Rhode Beauty skincare. It's actually very gentle, especially if you're on Tret or retinol. I definitely would recommend checking out Rhode Beauty. Price point isn't bad, and I really like it. And then the last thing is actually the Chanel Pink Delight. This is actually such a pretty color. I know I swatched it earlier, but let me just swatch it one more time for you guys. It's just very sheer, but if you want just something a little more luxurious, definitely would recommend getting it. But obviously these are pretty expensive. I believe these are like $40. I bought this because I had a 20% off coupon at Ulta, and I had like Ulta like reward dollar points, so I saved like $20 or something. But if you're willing to shell out when you just want something fancy and cute, I actually do recommend this one. But yes, let me know down in the comments if you guys purchased a couple of these products because you saw those videos, or just if you guys have tried certain things that I tried today and you didn't like them, definitely let me know. If you guys would like me to do another recreation, I'm thinking of doing the Hailey Bieber strawberry makeup, even though it is no longer summer. It's about to be fall to winter. But you know what? I bought the Hot Fire blush. I still want to use it. But as always, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. It really helps support my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.